with y'all boys today. Episode 3 at a K and A Podcast. I'm your host, Kenny, and I'm here with Adrian.
Yes, sir.
Checo. Adrian, would you like to introduce the guest we got today?
Yes, sir. Today is a very special day, man. We have our very first guest on the K&A podcast. It's my boy, my cousin. You feel me? He is one of the best up-and-coming barbers in Brooklyn. And let's get into it, bro. How you doing, bro?
Feel good.
My
Feel
son,
Juan the Medic.
Yeah, Juan the Medic.
Why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself, my man?
Well, I'm 24 years old. I'm a barber. Been doing this for a couple of years now. And I feel very welcome being on this podcast right now.
Okay.
I feel very good right now. I'm not going to lie.
Now, I feel like the most basic starter question is, how did you get into barbering?
So, when people ask me this, I actually give them a very interesting answer because I always say it's sneaker restorations. So,
That's interesting.
you'd be like, why does that correlate to that?
Yeah, that's my first thought, at least.
So, I remember watching this video of restoring a Jordan 4. It's actually coming out again, and I'm actually getting it. But just fixing something always pleased me. Like you know when you used to stay up at 2-3 in the morning, you're watching a random video of a hammer getting restored from 1980 something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to watch those type of videos, and then that led into watching wave videos. It just happened back to back like that. Cause I was trying to get waves, and I used to watch 360 Jeezy, and 360 Jeezy's a barber.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to watch all those videos all the time. And I was like, what else can I restore? Haircuts. Next thing you know, I'm watching a bunch of barber videos just for straight entertainment, not even caring that I wanted to learn. So I'm talking to my other cousin, and I was trying to find a career path because I felt like I was lost at that moment. And he tells me, yo, why don't you try barbering? Because you always watching videos about it. I said, actually, that sounds pretty interesting to me. So next thing you know, we do research. He helps me find the school. I didn't tell him I had the deposit in my pocket when I just went to go visit. Because he said, yo, it don't hurt to just try it out. They're not charging you to go look at the school. I look at the school, my stomach hurting. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to do it. Next thing you know, I said, how much is it to enroll and what do I have to do? They said, yo, just sign this paperwork. And next thing you know, I signed up. And then I had to wait 2 months because I had to wait for the next semester. And I was in there.
Okay.
So before we get into everything that you've done now, I low-key want to get into every phase of how you got to where you are.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to start off by, people say that when you're born, you're at your most fragile state and at old age. So how was your welcoming into this world? Talk a little bit about that.
So I felt like, I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy my life, but there was a lot of rough patches. Not in my house. It was more outside of my house. I never really enjoyed school. I didn't really like the people there. And I didn't like no type of schooling at all. I like working with my hands. So when you try to throw me a test here and there about something I really didn't care about, I struggled. I was not the type to study, nothing. It was just yo, whatever I learned in class, stay with me, hopefully, we're going to pass this test.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I was talking more about, because you were born with scoliosis, right?
Oh, you mean the health problems? Oh, yeah, I'm all messed up. So I wasn't born with this side of the neck, so I have a surgery from here to here. And that's what gave me what looks like a normal neck.
Mm-hmm.
I have scoliosis and I do have a chest problem here. But I don't really look at it like it's slowing me down. I do have to slow down sometimes because I feel so normal at some points. And then I get hurt and I'm oh, well, I forgot.
Yeah, because you always, like you say, you always like to work with your hands. So does that, having scoliosis, does that kind of get in the, how do you make peace with it getting in the way at times? Because you always wanted to do construction and stuff like that.
Yeah, I always wanted to do the heaviest, dangerous jobs ever. But I had to realize long term it wasn't going to work out. So when I was in my old job, I used to have to lift a lot of boxes and stuff. And I would catch myself having a little back spasm here and there. So it was more I just had to find that career path that would fit me where I would be happy but not hurt myself. Even though it wasn't where I wanted to be at the moment. I knew I had to do a couple changes to get where I am now.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't feel like it's a hindrance at some point? Because I know from what Adrian tells me, you work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You do long days. And just standing for so many hours, it doesn't bother you or anything?
I'm not going to say it doesn't bother me because I do feel that type of back pain. But normally you are going to feel back pain as a barber. But it's just get over it or you're just going to be sad the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
I always had that mindset, if I want something, I'm going to go get it. No matter how much it's uncomfortable, what's in the way, like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people don't follow that type of like mindset only simply because they find a hindrance in their life and they're like, damn, like I can't do it at all. Bro, I've seen people in wheelchairs hoop.
Yeah,
People
that's
that
what
like
I'm saying.
people that can't hoop hooping, like people that don't have legs just out there hooping. People that are short hooping, or people that just can't, whether that be like autism that they think that holds them back, bro. Anybody could do anything. Yes, it might be harder, but I feel like if you really want something, like you would really like go for it.
So I'm gonna piggyback off of what you were saying about the basketball. I've literally gone to courts. Somebody has one hand,
Bro,
and he's cooking everybody on the court.
What's that guy's name?
Manuel Hansel.
Manuel Hansel, bro. He get buckets.
He's
Not
nice.
on me though, but like he get buckets.
Come on, Kenny, I'll be cooking you, bro.
No, you do not. Come on.
But yeah, bro, like you can't let those things slow you down. It's all a mindset thing. If you feel like you could do it, you could do it.
Did you always have that?
No, I definitely like doubted myself a lot of point in my life because I just really didn't know what I wanted to be. Because at one point it was a gym teacher, one point it was a correctional officer, and then the other point I forgot what it was, but it was something. Like I always wanted to be around people that I could talk to. So the gym teacher part was I wanted to be around the youth, kind of influence them in the right way. Because what bothers me is when I see older people giving bad influence. Like the youth is our future. So if you don't set up the youth properly, I feel like we're just gonna have a messed up future.
I agree. And you know what's crazy? I feel like my gym teachers are always the most influential people. Cause like, I can't tell you one math teacher that I'm cool with. Like I can't tell you one English teacher that I'm like, yeah, like I really miss you because you really told me how to write. Like, not that that's a bad skill, but I always feel like gym teachers, they always wanted you to be outside. They always wanted you to be, like, they wanted you to do more than just be book smart. They wanted you to actually have a body that can actually perform in the real world. Like, damn, bro, none of y'all went to Adams with me. But the people that went to Adams, yo, Seleni, coolest dude on the planet, bro. To this day, I haven't spoken to him since, but he was the coolest gym teacher as well as Mr. Walsh.
Like I had this one math teacher where she gave me so much hope into like feeling like I could actually be smart and do all this stuff. Like I feel like that first year when I transferred from a different school made my year. It made me like the better person who I am today. It definitely helped part of it.
No, for sure.
Wait, what teacher?
I had a math teacher actually.
And Kayleen?
In Lane. So she just put me aside. She said, yo, you're so smart, but you don't want to try. But like I even had people tell me that before. Like no teachers ever told me that. So I was like, whoa, it looked like you actually cared. Let me actually like really get on my stuff. And after that, I had just had a great experience.
Do you mind speaking on how you got to friend Kayleen? Because I heard that you were at Christ the King at one point.
Oh yeah, I was. So what happened is like I wasn't really the most studious type of person either, but I did get into an altercation. It made me miss my finals. So I thought I was gonna take my finals. Kind of gave up at that point. Next thing you know, I flunk out. But even though they gave me a chance to take my finals again, I wasn't ready because I wasn't even studying because I thought it was just over. But I think stuff happens for a reason. And even though I felt like I put people through some type of pain when that happened, I just felt like it was part of my journey.
I'm a firm believer on like everything is for a reason and everything happens because it's supposed to be a lesson. Do you feel like you know what that lesson is now? Yeah,
I definitely feel like it's like don't take stuff for granted because a lot of people would have killed to be in my position and go to that super nice school, and I took advantage of it because I was the one that begged to go there anyways. Cause I just thought it was cool. It looked nice. It looked like a college campus. It was crazy. But you just learn like don't take stuff for granted. Keep working hard, and don't play with what's given to you. Because I feel like some people kind of judge somebody else for being in a better position than them because their family's actually trying to like better their life and put them in better shoes than what they were in. But I took advantage of that and I messed it up. But it ended up putting me in a school where I felt more comfortable in. My grades shot up. Like, it was cool.
What I hate about it is that it's always misrepresented what happened in high school. Because if you talk about the story about the first altercation, if people hear what you did, like, they would understand that it wasn't, like, that you wanted to get in trouble.
Yeah, it was like I was defending somebody.
Get into it. Tell those.
So basically, some dude was, I'm not even gonna mention nobody's name there because that's happened in the past. But some dude was bullying this other dude. Took his shoe. It was a big chubby dude who they took his shoe from. So he couldn't run. I saw him wheezing. I got asthma, so that struck a nerve. So I tell him, yo, can you pass me the shoe? Like I'm pretending like I'm gonna continue the bullying with him. He passed me the shoe. I give it back to the kid. Dude starts cursing me out, and I'm like, damn, I really am getting tight right now. So I said, yo, if you say one more thing, I'm hitting you. He could have said the word I'm sorry, and I just blacked out to the point, and I still hit him. Like I was like, damn. Next thing you know, we fighting. I didn't even get hit. It was just like I was just blacked out. I don't even know really what happened. All I remember is that after I hit him, I backed up. I was like, wow, I'm out of stamina. Like I was chubby back in the day. And next thing you know, go to the office. He just grabbed his books and went to the office.
So before when he got in trouble, my sister was at that school at that time, and she was how old is she by you? Like 2 years, right? Or a year?
I think she was a senior when I was a freshman.
Okay, so then 3 years. So she was passing by. So the dean's office is for some reason in the lunchroom in Christ the King.
Everybody's staring at you in the office.
She's going to like I think the vending machine, and she looks into the dean's office, and she sees Juan just sitting there like this, and she's just like,
yo, all I hear is like people I don't even know. Yo, that's your cousin in the office, and I'm like, damn, crazy.
She came home. She was like, Juan got in trouble, but I don't even know what happened.
Yo, Juan was on bad timing that day, bro.
Yeah, I felt like I was at some point, I was like in a very angry mindset. And I'm not even trying to be that person no more. Like, I'm even going to church more. I'm doing a lot of things that I'm just trying to stay away from trouble. Like, I'm just really focused on work and family and friends. That's it.
I feel like people just focus on the wrong things. Like, too many people are focused on, like, just being angry. That's just the energy they project. So, like, people are gonna just instinctively not want to associate with you because you're just always angry. Yeah. Like people that live an angry life are probably like very miserable and they can't figure out why.
So I think a part of that is what are you looking up to? Because I feel like at that point I was paying attention to all the hood stuff, which I had no business doing. Like why am I paying so hard to drill music? So angry like that because I'm hearing that type of music, being around certain people that I'm like I know they're not gonna better my life. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's what you try to influence or what you try to see yourself in the future as. Because I didn't see myself in the future as like a businessman or like even successful, I could say at one point. Because I was just like, yo, I don't know what I'm going to do after school. Like I had that mindset straight up to like, probably like even when I tried my first year of college. But before I dropped out of it.
So let me ask you a question. Who are Juan in 2024? Who is Juan in 2014?
2014? Oh, that was a lost soul. It was just like a very fragile-minded, not well-spoken young man. Like that, I'm a whole different person from how I was back in the day. It was like I'm very positive. I care a lot about my family, especially after my two nieces were born. That's really after my first niece was born, I said, "Whoa! I'm not bringing no danger around the family. I'm not trying to get into no problems. I want to be a good influence."
You want to set the example? Yeah,
because she was. I could say guaranteedly like. She was one of the main reasons why I even tried going to college. Like college, to me, I think is great. But is it for me? No. I like working with my hands. I can't stay in a class for too long. I get bored. Like, I just want to learn what I want to learn and leave. Feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like kids a lot of the times bring a lot of connection between people. Like me and my sister, at least, we wasn't that close until my niece was born. And I feel like now... especially after the trip we just had together, I feel like it just brought us a lot closer and we had a better bond. I think that those types of situations that are eye-opener, I feel like everyone at some point encounters it. It's just how you go about it afterwards. Like some people just don't care. Some people just like, this is the lifestyle I live. I don't care like who it involves. I don't care who gets affected. It's just, it depends on how people want to interpret those situations.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely is.
How difficult was it for you to choose to leave college? Because
I mean, I didn't really have a choice technically, because I was failing, and it was like you're gonna pay for college because we're taking away your financial aid because you can't pass. Because as I was on academic probation, and even if you pass, you have to read a certain grade point average. So I was passing, but I wasn't reaching the grade point average. So, and I said, I'm not paying for something that I don't even want to be in. So I just stopped going.
Mm-hmm. So that was, did you have your first job at that point or no?
No, I didn't have my first job.
And what was your first job?
I worked at a store called B&H. That job helped me build character. No matter what I went through in that job, I have a lot of love for that place because that place gave me consistent money and it helped me learn how to deal with people. Like, before, you know me, bro. Like, I don't really speak around people I don't know. But when I'm around the people I know, I talk too much. Mm-hmm. But it's because I'm comfortable around you. Mm-hmm. Like, it was just cool.
So how important, because when you left college, that was probably your low point, correct?
Yeah, because I was jobless for like a year.
So how important was it for you emotionally, in a sense?
Like how important was that job to me? Because I felt like it was really important. It actually gave me something to do. I was out the house. Because you know when you're jobless to a certain amount of time, everybody's like, yo, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. And in this economy, it was really hard for me to even find a job. I didn't care what job it was. I was applying to Wendy's, all that. And it just, nobody was accepting me because I had nothing to put on my resume besides like my personality. Like, I'm a good role model or role leader or whatever what they call in the jobs. Like basically chatted and basically trying to explain to the job, please hire me. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what it was.
So what was your first interview like for B&H?
So I'm going to go a little bit before that. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say how I got the job. My cousin works there. And he randomly comes to my house at like 8 o'clock at night. And he's like, yo, you got an interview tomorrow. I said, what? Keep in mind, I got no haircut. It's been like a month and change. I got no suit. I borrowed my dad's button down. It was super baggy. But I was smart. I put a leather coat on top of it. Mm-hmm. So they ain't see none of it. So all they saw was the little button down tie right here. But they ain't noticed this was like 2 sizes bigger than me. Mm. Some dress shoes and all that. So I go to the interview. I even have the photo of this day that I took that I was like, yo, I look so crazy. Mm-hmm. And then my manager at the time interviewed me. And she was like, yeah, you're hired. I was like, oh, word, that's something cool. I never even got an interview before that because no place wanted to even take me enough for an interview. Mm-hmm. But as soon as I got that interview, she said, oh, yeah, you're hired. I didn't even know the pay. Mm-hmm. I was just like, cool. I was like, yeah, like minimum wage, whatever. I don't even care.
It was just something so that you could tell everybody that was on your ass in a sense to be like, yo, I finally got something.
Yeah, it was a part of that. But the main thing was like, okay, this is the start. Mm-hmm. Like, let's see what I could do with this. Yeah. Because that was the first way I could save money and be like, am I going to open a business? Am I going to go to school? But I knew it was going to be college. I was looking at trade schools right away. I was like, okay, I got to pick one of these. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it was just like, it was a fun experience. Like, I met so many people. There's so many good people you meet in 9-to-5s. Like, so many things you could learn. And the older people there, from the jump, they said, yo, you got to do something. Yeah. You got to better yourself. And I said, yo, you're right, but let me stack up my bread.
Yeah. Because I remembered before your job, you were always, in a sense, I remember you told me a story with you and Sonia, that you guys used to get money for the week or for the month or something, and you had like $20, I think.
Oh, it was like $20 for like it was basically a random $20 that I didn't expect, and I would just hold it until my dear life, like until I really had to use it.
Yeah, and I remember there was one day I think you and Sonia were hungry and you didn't eat, and y'all just ordered food. You was like, yo, whatever you want, bro. I got 20 beans to spend. Like, yeah. And y'all just got a bunch of food.
Like when me and Sonia, it was always like, yo, we got each other. Mm-hmm. I got 5, you don't got 5. We spending $2.50 each. Uh-huh. Get your Arizona 25-cent chips and whatever the dollar could have got you those.
So how that was back in the day, bro.
Yeah, that was back, bro. That was back. Damn, when we turning old, that we gotta say that back in the day.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, I'm not old. He's old. He's like almost 30.
Damn, 24, bro. 24. That's right.
So how important was it for you to get that first paycheck? Like, once you got it, I know you said that you hit a hard saving mode that you don't want to spend.
Oh, it was like an addiction. But so I'm gonna mention a little story right before that too. So I didn't know the first week you work, you don't get paid. Yeah. That hit me. I was like, damn. Mm-hmm. So I was looking super crazy. So I remember asking my mom, the last time I ever asked her for bread was can I get a haircut so I could at least look presentable at work? She said, no problem. Gave it to me right away. As soon as that happened, I never borrowed money ever again.
How long ago was that?
That was probably like It has to be like 5-6 years ago. No, it's like 5. Like, cause I've been doing barbering for a couple of years now. Yeah, let's say 5. And it was like that felt so good, like to just not have to borrow nothing. Finally help around the house. Randomly put money in my mom's pocket or dad. Like my dad was a taxi driver.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what it is to be a taxi driver and like grind to the point where we got what I have now.
Mm-hmm.
He used to wake up at 5 in the morning, bro, to start work. I remember I used to go to work with him for fun, and just sit in the passenger seat, and I just used to see all the craziness he used to like deal with.
Yeah.
So I really like respect his work ethic, and I think that rubbed off on me.
Yeah, because that was before Uber. That was before you could put reviews or complaints or anything like that.
Yeah, like a company, right? You have to call the company, be like, "Oh, I'm at this address."
Yeah,
and stuff.
Basically.
And there was, I don't know, he wasn't, because I know certain people, like when they're doing taxi driving, they don't use GPS either. Like they just know where everything is.
His mind was crazy when it comes to that. I was
That's
like,
how my dad
he knew
is.
where it was.
That's how my dad is.
It's like you tell him my address, he's like, okay, I know.
It's by the belt. I know.
So this day, my mom asked him, how do I get to this point? You give him like 1 second to think. He'd be like, is it around this? Oh, bet. You go through this way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
The mindset before was like, you really had to get it.
Yeah.
Like, were you studying the map or something? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Were your parents born here?
No, they were born in DR.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Once you come from another country, you come here, it's like you have to get it.
Yeah,
you have to get to it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. No one's here to help you.
Yeah.
So.
The good thing is that my family's big.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they have a bunch of brothers and sisters.
Like here?
Yeah, they're all here now. And, well, majority, at least like 90%.
Mm-hmm.
And just having your brother and sister there with you, I feel like that got them through it.
Sure.
Because everybody got each other's back.
Mm-hmm.
And now if you really look at it, everybody's doing pretty well. So it's kind of cool. Like, they really got it out the mud. Like, came through.
Yeah.
So when you first got that first paycheck, how important was it for you?
Yo, bro, I wanted to just put away the whole thing. I remember when I even saved my first $1,000, I had it in 20s, and I was just like this. I was just touching all of it. I was like, wow, I never thought I'd hold 1,000. It was just crazy.
And then you realize how little 1,000 is, too.
1,000 now is like, 1 month past, it could be gone in bills.
Nah, for real, man. For real. That's just growing up.
Yeah.
But 1,000 before, man, I used to put on a couple of rapper songs. They used to talk about money just to be to throw it in my room or something.
So you're at B&H. How influential do you feel like that job is for you now?
So, if I had to say like rank it 1 out of 10, I would say it's an 8. It helped me build customer service. It helped me learn about people and how stuff could run. Because I wouldn't talk bad about that place, because that took me from where I was to where I am now. But don't get me wrong, yeah, it's a job. You're gonna get heated 1 or 2 days, but it definitely was a really, really big influence.
Yeah, especially like in a retail job. I feel like that's always the experience everyone has.
Yeah.
So now what I want to ask you is the transition between B&H and barbering. Because I know at one point you were doing both at one time. Right?
Yeah, like when I freshly graduated, I was still doing that like part-time. I was there only like 2 days a week. But it was 2 days a week there, 5 or 4 days a week in the barbershop. So it was like I didn't really have time, because even when I was in school, basically 7 days a week I was busy. It was go to work, get out of work, 20-minute walk, 15-minute walk to the school, and then do a couple hours there, then go home. But I would go home and watch like 6 hours of barber videos. That's how badly I wanted it though. Like it didn't felt like homework. It felt like, oh, this is what I like. And that's what I feel like a lot of people gotta find. What do you like? Once you find it, it's not gonna feel like work. You're gonna be happy that you're not sleeping. Like I remember the conversations we had. It was like, yo, Juan, you wanna chill? Yo, bro, I can't. And keep in mind, I like chilling. But I was just so locked in that mode that it was just so like amazing to just be that busy, because going from not busy, having 7 days a week off to 7 days a week on, to me, that it was just amazing.
Did you feel burnt out at any point from doing that? Just being.
It actually took me a couple years after barbering to feel burnt out, because last year around that time I was averaging like 50 hours a week at work. 50, 55 I'll say for the whole year. And there I was like, whoa. My body's like feeling it now. Took a little bit of time. Gotta kind of get your mental back. But now I'm here and I'm back and I'm trying to work.
Would you say that was during the time that you were at B&H and barbering, or was this just when you were just barbering?
So I only stayed for B&H maybe 2 months after I graduated. Mm-hmm. I was like, yo, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm trying to build something outside. I appreciate you, but I gotta go. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to just like swiddle them around, like be like, oh yeah, I want to go for this position and rank up. It didn't make sense to rank up no more. It was like, we're gonna rank up in barbering only. Mm-hmm. And I'm not your typical barber. I try to get everything done right. I went to school. I pay my bills, do my taxes. Like, I'm super official. Like, I'm not trying to get in trouble with nobody. Like, I take this as a serious business. I don't look at it like, oh, I just cut hair. I look at it like I could be a therapist in this chair, like your homie, make you feel better with a fire cut. That's how I look at it. I like being cool with people. And I met so many great people through barbering. It's like, cool, bro. Like, I go to the shop and I'm like, I dap everybody up, even if they're not my client. Have conversations. I want your client to be happy that I'm talking to them. I'm not trying to steal your client. I just want to make the atmosphere more welcoming. Because when I was younger and I went to the barbershop, I didn't feel like I could talk. I felt like the little kid. Like, I was like, oh, I just here for a haircut. I gotta go. I like feeling fresh, but I didn't talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How important is it to know that this is a business that you take serious? Because like you said, it's not like you go to work and you're like, oh, I just cut hair. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot of barbers that be like, oh, I just do it, just to cut hair and stuff like that. But they don't say it the way that you say it. Like, you find actual love in what you do.
I think it's just a lack of passion. Because if you're looking at barbering for just the money, you're going to not want to do it for a little while. And you have to be here for a little bit of a while to get to a certain point. And one of my main influential things was my boy Chris. Mm-hmm. So I actually got haircuts from my boy Chris before I was a barber. He was also one of the reasons why I wanted to be a barber. He had a private room. He was a cool dude. Everybody was cool with him. He seemed like he was always busy. Like, that's somebody who I wanted to be like. And he's actually like an actual good person. Mm-hmm. And I went from getting a haircut by him to working in the shop with him to working up to being in the private room right next to him. Like, that's really my bro. Like, that's a great person.
Yeah, isn't that funny how life works?
Yo, bro. How you went from being the barber's client to being cool with him to working right next to him. That's like fire, bro.
That's crazy.
But how did you find him?
So I used this app called The Cut, and it's like a booking app for barbers. And it was like, I wanted to find a barber that spoke English, because Dominican barbers is cool, but I just wanted to explain more like what I really wanted. And I feel like there was like a language barrier, because I know Spanish, but it's not like I know Spanish. Like, I'm not fluent to the point where everything is proper. Mm-hmm. Okay. But yeah, I guess if it wasn't for The Cut app, it sponsored me. Feel me? Like, it wouldn't have happened.
So what is something that surprised you about barbering?
So what I think surprised me about barbering is the connection you could build with people. Because realistically, when you're a barber, you're a therapist. Mm-hmm. And I be getting told like certain things, and it's like I have to create a solution for them. Not always, like I don't have to do nothing, but since I generally look at my clients like majority as a friend, it's like, yo, I gotta help the homie out. And the other day, I was just having a deep talk with my client because he was going through some stuff. And he told me at the end of the haircut, yo, bro, I feel like better every time I come out of here. Like as a cut wise and like feeling wise. Mm-hmm. And that kind of hits you really different. Like, oh, like I'm really making a difference in the world. Like again, when I was talking about the youth, I just wanted to be a good influence. But even when it's another adult like my age, like it's like, wow, I made you feel like that. That makes me like real happy. Like, cause that was happening. Like I was like feel like I was connecting with a lot of people, and then in the booking app, I just saw like my reviews just going up recently, and I was like, whoa, it's like all coming up. Like I feel like when you have that type of traction going on, like it's just going uphill. Like it's not good to stop. Why would I stop the momentum? Mm-hmm. But that connection with people is just a really different feeling. It feels so nice.
Do you get like a lot of like teenager clients?
Well, I don't really cut kids unless they're like my clients' kids, because it's just a little bit hard sometimes. Because I try to give the best haircut I can, and if they're trying to weave me, I'll be like, damn. But like later teens, they probably like 17, even like some 13, 14-year-olds, like they'll be talking to me. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to go to college. I tell them, college isn't a bad idea, but try to find something you like. Some people don't even talk about trade schools. So I mentioned that, and they're like, "Oh, that actually sounds interesting, like something I would want to do."
Mm.
Because you're gonna be having to do tests and stuff, but you're gonna be more hands on.
Yeah, because they didn't even talk about it like in high school. I don't think they've ever mentioned that in high school.
Yeah, it's just college. That's it. College.
Which is it's not a bad thing, but it's like there's just different type of people. So there's different type of things that can work for somebody else.
Mm. So that was actually gonna lead into my follow-up question. Is like when you cut these like teenagers or like younger people, do you feel like you have to implant something in them?
Like,
as in, like, do you feel like they have to have? You want them to give a message that they should follow in life?
Only if I feel like they want that message. Because I don't try to force nothing on nobody. At the end of the day, they their own person. They don't have to listen to me. But majority, I'm not even gonna say majority. All of the people I really gave advice to, like, I feel like they're listening. At least in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big problem. Like, people want help, or people are asking for help, but they don't really want it. People don't want to hear. Some people don't want to hear the right things, and I feel like that's where a lot of friendships are, where you can't tell someone the truth about themselves without them feeling a type of way, rather than it's just something that you need to hear at the moment.
Yeah, definitely agree. But what I try to do, especially in like my friend group, is like, you tell it how it is.
Yeah.
Like, me and my other close cousin, Sanya, like, we'll be like, yo, look, I'm gonna tell you something, but you're not gonna like it. You cool if I tell you? Yeah, bro, say it. I was like, okay, say it straight up. It might make you feel some type of way, but since we gave that warning, it was like, I can't say nothing. I gotta hear you. And sometimes that blunt truth just make you a better person.
Yo, shout out Sanya, bro. He's getting name dropped a lot this episode.
Yo,
thanks.
Shout out Sanya, bro.
So, speaking of Sanya, how did the name Juan_the_Medic come to be?
Yo, so, the barber who got me into the game was called C the Surgeon. Shout out to C. But, so, I guess it kind of sounded like, again, like you're repairing in the name. Like, he's surgical with it.
Mm-hmm.
My thing, when Sanya said Juan_the_Medic, I said, whoa, that's different. Searched it up on Instagram. Nobody got it. I said, okay, so that means it's an easy name for me to say out loud. So when I tell somebody, they could remember off the top of their head. So shout out to him for giving me that name. But I can say for sure that C the Surgeon's name is like part of the reason why that name existed. Like, it's like you're getting revived every time I give you a haircut. You're getting restored.
Would you say that's like your biggest mentor? Besides like the mentors you had in like barber school?
Oh, no, for sure, no debate. Like, that's the person who I try to aim for to be in the barber industry. Like, he probably is one of the top barbers review-wise on the cut app in Brooklyn.
Yeah, he was number one, wasn't
he? I think so. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but he's definitely up there for sure.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you could see it.
Anytime so to have somebody on that level be right next to me, bro, it's crazy. My fault for that.
Nah, you good. Because, like, every time that, like, I go to see Juan, clients just back to back to back to back to back. I'm like, yo, he just doesn't stop.
I've never seen him, bro. I feel like I go too late. I feel
like
the
you
two
do
times
go too
I
late
go,
because he leaves at like at
there.
6.
I'm about to start booking at like 5.
I'm crying.
So, my question now is, do you feel like the barbering community is like, do you feel like it's an actual community? Because I know for like photography at least, there's people that it's like kind of divided. There's people that don't want to put nobody on to the sauce, and then there's that people that just want to help you out. I feel like when I started doing photography, a lot of people were putting me on to like cameras and stuff like that, lenses, how to edit. And then there was that half where it was just, I can't put you onto nothing because I'm going to lose money if you start looking like me.
So what I'm going to say to that is that I feel like it's a 50-50. It's probably very similar. The barber industry is changing so much. Like, bro, haircut prices before was what? $20?
$15, bro.
Yeah, bro.
For everything.
Like, we have to raise our prices because the environment around us is raising prices. Like, that's just what we have to do. It's not really to, like, just profit off of people. Like, a lot of bills go into it. So it's not like we're making the whole amount of money that we're actually making. But back to what you were saying, like, there's barbers out there, they don't want to see somebody else win. But then I feel like there's a lot of barbers now that want to see other people win. Especially where I'm at. I would say, like, they worked with me. I was trash, bro. Like, clients telling me in the beginning of my career, yo, bro, this is not it. Straight up. And in that moment, you feel so vulnerable because you feel bad because I try to give my 100% and it just didn't work out. But it's just part of the journey. So any new barbers that are out there who might be listening, bro, it's rough in the beginning. But you're going to get there if you put the work in. it's just a very uncomfortable ride.
No, for sure. Cause like when I first started, I had a friend who worked with this other photographer. I'm not gonna say his name, but he, I really liked how his shit turned out, and I really wanted my photos to look like his. And we ended up having the same camera. And I'm not gonna lie, I was doing some crazy shit to see what type of camera this nigga had, cause it was stunning, his pictures how it came out. So I was like, yo, the next time you do a shoot with him, can you ask him like what he uses? So my friend comes back, he's like, yo, he said he don't want to disclose that information because he don't want people stealing his ideas. So I was like, damn, like that kind of sucks, because I looked up to him. I'm like, even though he didn't know who I was, he didn't know anything about me. All he knows is that I followed him, and that's it. And I just wanted to see exactly what he was using, because I wanted my stuff to look like that. And me hearing that he didn't want to disclose that because he didn't want to lose out on money, I was like, damn, like that's not the type of love I'm trying to put out. There's a lot of people that hit me up and they're like, yo, like what kind of lens you use, like what do you recommend? And if I got the time, I'll like give them recommendations. But like, it's just helping people out in like little ways like that, like just bringing a community together, because we all doing the same thing.
But you know what's crazy about what you just said too? I kind of agree with him. Unless you part of my team, I feel if you're giving out the sauce to anybody. Like, there's a lot of little tricks you could do even in barbering that the normal barber's not doing. But if you're in a competition with other barbers, like, you can't really put on other people. I do it because I'm probably, like, more nice with it, like, in the sense of, like, I like talking to people. I like just putting everybody on. But if I know you, I'm really going to put you on.
Okay. I can see that side of it.
But at the end of the day, bro, photographers, barbers, there's clients for everybody. You can't have the whole world as your clientele. There's enough people for everybody. So that's why, again, I also agree with you and him, because, yo, bro, you don't got to be like that. Everybody could win.
No, for sure.
Is that, or he really saw you as a threat? You don't know. Because Kenny's nice. We've seen his works.
I don't know. I mean, at the time, this was before like I got to where I was before. This was like 2 years ago. I was there. It was bad, like really bad. So I was just trying to get like little tips and tricks from people, but like, you know, it was hard. It was mostly like you just had to do your own research at that point.
Yeah. So what was the process like? Like trying to understand to not be discouraged in the beginning, because I mean, you know more than me. Like, do a lot of barbers stop before they even reach their potential?
100%. That's not even a debate. I don't even know. Let's say there was like 20, 25 people I saw trying to do barbering in school. I see 4 barbers I know now can continue. Like, that's like not even 50%. And it's because they're not understanding what they're getting into. Plus, I was doing it during the pandemic times, like when they actually allowed the schools to open back up. And this is like a whole different time, because that school I went to, it was so busy. So it was unnormal that like it wasn't busy for people to walk in. It was $3 haircuts. You getting everybody. And wait, can you repeat that one more time? That question.
Like, how did you learn to not be discouraged in the beginning?
It was just like everybody gave me a warning. What I had to do to like just keep going was to vent to the people I was close to. Because if I didn't vent, I was going to hold it in, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do this. Because in the beginning, I could probably count at least 10 times where I was like, I'm going to quit. But I saw what I could do to get there. I just needed to learn a little bit more how to cut. And it took me like a year and a half in, because I did something by accident in a haircut, but it made it better. And I was like, oh, I'm going to keep doing this. Next thing you know, they're like, yo, Juan, what happened? Like, your work is changing like mad fast. I was like, I did something by accident and it worked. And I just stick to that.
What vision did you see when like you were about to quit?
So, I remember this talk me and my bro Will had in barber school. Shout out to Will. He also a barber. And he said, me and him had a talk and said, what do you want? I said, I don't want to have a barbershop. I want to have a private room. I want to be busy. I want to have a good clientele, and I want to have good people around me. He's the one that reminds me to this day that, yo, bro, everything you said you was going to do, it happened. So if I didn't have that positivity in the beginning when I was down, like, okay, I just got to get through it. It's not like the people aren't coming to get here because I'm just not sustaining them. Like, they're not staying. That just pushed me. I was like, I'm going to get it. It's just that mindset, like, I got to get the work done.
So what did you do to like because you didn't perfect your craft because we're all used to...
No, yeah, it's like, but I'm up there. It's like if I had to tell you how much better I got, I would say 100 times better. But what would make me 1,000 times better? It's just chasing the perfect image. That's what it is.
And what is that perfect image to you?
The most crispiest hairline, the best fade. I want you to see my fade and my lineup from outside and be like, yo, who's your barber? And when my clients come to me and they say, yo, bro, I got stopped like 3 times because people wanted to know where I got my cut. That fulfills me. Plus, it gets me more clients. Because my clients is not shy to be like, yo, this is his page, follow him. Even if they just follow, you got me a follower. That's love. You didn't have to do that. A client reposted my work and be like, yo, JuanTheMedic did his thing. That fulfills me. Just making you feel better, I feel better.
Do you think that there is like a perfect barber, or do you think that every barber always has room for improvement?
Every barber has room for improvement for sure, because nobody's the best on time. Some people aren't that consistent. You could be going through something in life and your haircuts might be like a little weird. But if you could just find the perfect mix where you could handle everything even under pressure, I guess that makes the perfect barber. But I don't think there's such thing as a perfect barber. I think there's close. But because the perfect barber could charge you 100 something, let's say. To you, that's not a perfect barber because that's not the right price for you. So somebody's going to find the flaw in anything you do.
I feel like in every aspect of life, like there's always room for improvement. I don't think anything in this world is perfect.
Yeah,
I feel like whatever you do, like you always have room to be better in it.
For sure.
There's always like little aspects you can
you just got to be humble.
Yeah, of course.
Like my guy Adrian here, man.
Yo, top 5 humblest people on the planet, bro.
Bro, this guy, keep in mind, like, his hair texture was different to me at the time. Because I used to work with really tight, curly hair. Like that was my thing. Like, I knew how to cut waves. I knew how to cut all froze, all that stuff. So for somebody to come with a straighter hair texture to me, that was, like, weird a couple years ago. I was like, I'm not used to this. I cut Adrian up. I'm not going to lie, I kind of fried him. But he stuck with me. Now I'll be blessing him. So we Gucci now. But if it wasn't for him believing in the vision, we probably wouldn't even be doing this podcast. Because he'll be like, nah. Because some people be like, yo, you messed me up, bro. I'm not even chilling with you. It just be like that.
That's very true.
And you got to understand that, like, yo, bro, you fried his hair.
How many chances do you think a barber has with a client?
I think it really depends on the client. Because I will tell you right now, there was clients I had in the beginning that I have till this day. And I used to say in my mind when they came in, I said, why do you keep coming back? I'm trying my best, but my best is not good at that moment. But they stuck with me. And I think it's because they saw how good of a person I was and what type of work I wanted to put in. So they just trusted the process. Like, I'm not going to lie. Even for me, I don't know if I could have done it. Believed in somebody that much. Unless I really knew them. You know? But shout out to them because they made who the person I am today.
Do you feel like the best advice for people that are just starting and trying to get over that like first hurdle of like improving and barbering is like just be a better person?
Like I would just
like
say
personality wise, like you want to be able to like communicate with your client rather than give them a good cut because at the time I'm assuming you can't.
So number one for me is, are you understanding the client? Like you could be like, yo, I want to. He could be like, yo, I want a mid skin fade, all this, but you could tell he type confused. Explain the haircut to him. Explain what he said. Is that really what you want? Because some people might say something and be like, oh, I don't know what I said, bro. I thought you was gonna understand. So the biggest thing I would say, understand the client first. Get your haircut and skills right. Build up a personality. Talk to your client if they want to talk. Because some people, like, it don't matter how good the haircut is. They want somebody to talk to. And that's what I feel like makes the barber.
So what are some mistakes that you made in the beginning that you would advise other barbers coming up to not do?
The time. I know how it could be like you seeing everybody cut in the barbershop. You're not cutting. Why are you not going outside talking outside? Walk-ins come in for a reason. If somebody's passing by, they're looking at the barbershop, and you're not saying nothing to them, boom, you just missed the opportunity. I gave a card a month ago to a client. I'll give a card like a card to them, right? They'll come back in a month and a half. But like, yo, I remembered you told me to pass by my barber not in the area. I'm gonna give you a shot. Next thing you know, you got somebody's client.
So that's like something I heard you tell Jathan,
Mm-hmm.
another person who's like, well, my friend at least, who's doing barber now,
Yeah.
giving him the similar advice. Do you feel like there's anything else he should be doing to just improve?
Just doing your research, bro. Like, I know Jathan. Jathan is a good person from what I've seen and talked to him with. He's young. A young, good barber gets far in life now, especially. Because they're like, the first thing people think of is longevity. I got a fire barber. He's young. Well, he's younger than me, I'll say. He's going to be fire in a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have him for a super long amount of time. That's what people think of. The longevity of how long their barber's going to be a barber.
So let me ask you this. How much money is there to be made in that barber industry?
I'm going to use somebody called E-Money on Instagram. He said he makes $350,000 a year off a barber.
Damn, how much you charging?
So he does like house cuts, majority. He has a lot of celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm not nowhere near that, but there's money there.
Would he be like on the high end then?
Yeah, because he's been doing it for like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But have you ever heard of a barber having that amount of money?
No.
So when I remember I sat down and heard that, and I was in the beginning, I said, I'm doing something wrong. There's money out here that I'm not chasing.
Mm-hmm.
So being at the stage that you're at right now, what advice do you give to yourself, in a sense, to understand that there's still more work to be done?
My thing that I feel like I mess up on is I stop when I have momentum. So my goal right now is to not stop when I have momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Until I actually feel like I deserve a break. Because, like, an example, I'll post a video on Instagram, it has 2,000 views. That satisfies me. It makes me think, like, okay, it's not boosted, no nothing, no ads. Like, I'm not paying to bring the numbers up. Let me keep posting to see if I can stay around that same number. And next thing you know, a couple thousands will go by, you'll get a client. But I feel like I'll do that video, and then I'm stopping. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm chilling now. It hit some numbers. But now I'm not doing that no more.
Do you feel like you do it on purpose or is like...
I just do it because I feel like I'd be lazy, if I'm being honest. It's like, yup, got a banger. Peace.
So, how many hours for a young barber coming up, how many hours do you think they should be doing a week?
So, minimum is 40. This is your business. You're not going to make money if you don't put in the work. Even when you put in the work, you might still be chilling and you're not going to make no money. But you have to be there. So I would say minimum. I guess if you want to have some type of a social life, 35 hours. But I'm aiming for 40 or more in the beginning. Especially in the beginning. You could chill when you feel like you're actually getting clientele and your type of timing. But 40, if I had to put a number.
Now let me ask you, how many hours do you do a week?
Now?
Yeah.
Probably around 40. Still. I would say so. But before it was, I told you like before, it was 50, 55. Did not want to do nothing after I got home.
Was it worth it?
Oh, no, for 100%. Because if it wasn't for me putting in that time last year or year and change ago, like, I don't know if I would have been here. Like, I feel like that really made me. And I was always told by my boy Chris, put in the work. I told you what to do. Do your thing. It's up to you.
I'm a bit advocate on grind hard now so you could have you could chill later.
Definitely agree on that.
Homework? Yeah, I used to get this shit out the way.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
I used to wait till last minute for homework. I'm not even gonna lie.
I feel you on that one because think about it. Now you motivated. You failing or you passing?
Yeah.
Last 2 minutes, my brain working.
It stresses me out. I can't do anything last minute. I feel like I can't think. I feel like I just throw whatever.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I did throw whatever, but I gotta check like the homework was done though. Feel me?
Yeah, that's true. But like I got my homework done early, so I'm like, I'm gaming.
Yeah, mine was like I'm gaming. Last hour, working. Like it might have taken you 2 hours because you procrastinated. It took me 30 minutes. Feel me? So who really saving time for real?
No, you're right. You're right.
Don't take my advice on this. This is bad advice.
So let me ask you a question. What do you want to say to the people who doubted you in the beginning?
I wouldn't say doubt. I would say they didn't understand. Because doubt sound like they hating. And I really don't think people was hating on me. I just think they really didn't understand the journey. I would say thank you. a lot of people see the vision now. They happy for me. So it's like, I'm not one of those people to be like, oh, I'm up now. I don't care about y'all. I'm like, I'm doing better. Thank you. Mm-hmm. That like now you're supporting.
Yeah.
Cause it's like when you see those YouTubers grow up, their parents didn't understand what was happening and how they was making money. Mm-hmm. Even Phantom said his mom thought that he was selling drugs or something. Mm-hmm. But now looking, bought his mom's a crib, doing well in life, very well, I would say. Like shout out to him,
well.
Dominican to Dominican for me.
Facts. Hit up Juan for a cut.
Yo, word.
For sure.
For the free ski.
The free ski's crazy.
For the free ski.
All right, so we're gonna come to the end. So, what are some life lessons that you learned during the barbering game, even growing up, that you would give up to anybody?
That's a good question. I might have to take a little second on that one. So, I would say is just keep working hard. I'm religious, so I'm gonna say keep God in your life.
Mm-hmm. Always.
And just aim for the best, even though there might not be people who are understanding the vision that you are. Nobody has to understand the vision but you. And that will get you where you need to go.
Yeah. Only you can see your own vision.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you tell me you wanted to be a pro wrestler, that's not common. Next thing you know, Kenny giving suplexes out is over.
You know, it's crazy that they give out suplexes on Saturdays.
Suplex Saturday is crazy.
Suplex Saturday?
I'm like
you could come.
I'm like more of a Shape Up Sunday.
Shape Up Sunday.
Alright, so let me ask my final question, bro. If it wasn't for barbering, what would you be doing?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Probably in like a supermarket bagging groceries on some real stuff. If I really had to give you like a real vision, I probably would have done construction, even though I have a horrible like health problems.
I feel like when you're on a grind like that, you just tunnel vision on it. Like you can't think of nothing else.
Yeah, it's like
this is working or it's not.
Because I know I wasn't gonna finish college,
mm-hmm.
So I would have done the trade and just gone to construction. There's good money in it, benefits. At least it was gonna hold me down until where I was gonna figure it out.
Mm-hmm. And right before we close this off, what's something you would want someone to take away from this? Whether it's a barber or just an average person just watching this.
I would say like, just stay positive through your journey. Every journey is not a smooth road. It's like New York, random potholes.
Yeah.
Horrible. Next thing you know, your wheel messed up. Next thing you know, you got a health problem that randomly hit you when you was doing good. Mm-hmm. Like, just keep going, bro. It's not supposed to be fun sometimes.
It's not supposed to be easy either.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be easy, bro. You might shed a tear before you reached it. Like, it's okay. Just have some type of a support group with you. Even if it's one friend, two friends, maybe it could just be your parents. Mm. But just having that little group that got your back will take you far. And even if you don't got that group, bro, you got yourself. And if you got yourself, you can go anywhere.
For sure. This was a good podcast, man.
Yo.
That was a good episode.
My stomach was hurting in the beginning, but I feel really good now.
That was great. That was a really good episode, man. So you want to end it off?
Well, hope you guys enjoyed episode 3. This has been the K and A Podcast. Please like, subscribe, comment, share the video with your parents, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your cat, your dog, your auntie.
Shout out to the cats and dogs.
See you later.
Get a little cut like.
Nice.